So my journey with losing my hair, guys, went a little something like this. Life was sweet, just chugging along. I had the long hair, I got it cut short. I found out I was losing my hair, and it was a pretty steady decline from there. Until I did this for the first time. And there was a pretty big rise back up. But this isn't about my story, this is about Simon's story.
So I don't know how well you can see on the camera, you know, you can see it's so like thin on top.
Here he is on his stag do, and here he is marrying his beautiful wife. Life, you could say, especially in the hair department, was going along nicely. But then just recently, it went a little something like this.
Ever since then, it's been on my mind, and every time I see one of their Instagram stories come up, I'm like, what is it going to look like this time?
Now don't worry, his time at the bottom was short-lived, and there was a big rise to the top again. Guys, welcome to the Baldcafe podcast, sponsored by Leaf Shave. In this episode, we've got Simon sharing his journey through and beyond hair loss, and we both hope it helps you navigate your own journey.
I didn't really worry about my hair too much. I thought, okay, right, I'll try and grow my hair out a bit more and style it. Went to the barbers. They done a bit of a, the side parting. And I remember looking in the mirror thinking, my head just looks really flat, where it sort of come over, and on the top, where obviously it was thin, it just didn't look right. And I was thinking, maybe it's a bit too thin. And I really wasn't happy with kind of how it looked. So I was chatting to a mate, and he had a salon. He was like, look, come down, I'll see what I can do play about with it. We didn't talk about it. He knew what I was going there for, and he was like, right, I'll try and do the best I can do. He was really good at like taking out the weight from the sides. So if I did brush it over, you didn't have this sort of big clump of hair where I was thin. And it worked, but if it wasn't perfect, so if I hadn't blow dried it and had the right product in, it looked horrible. And, if you played sports or a bit of wind, bit of rain, that was it. It was a lot of hard work. And I was watching one of your videos where you were talking about like constantly just always like brushing it down. And that's kind of what I felt I was doing all the time. I hated like if I had to take a jumper off and you knew that like, right, taking the jumper off, of like brushing it down, make sure it's still in place and stuff like that. He stopped cutting hair. So I had to try and find another barbers. I couldn't describe it to them. I was saying, look, take a bit out from the sides, try and blend it. And I just ended up going sort of skin fade short on top. And that kind of lasted for like a few years, but I'd always catch glimpses, whether it was photos or kind of just being conscious that it just felt a little bit thin. The most recent thing, like I've been going to a new gym and they do these sort of Facebook stories and Instagram stories. And I'm kind of in the background of one of them, and I'm doing a back squat, and I could just see the back of my head. And it was like this big bald patch because I've got fair hair. There was like a spotlight above me. The sun was, it was almost the worst conditions. And I was like, oh my God, is that my head? And ever since then, it's been on my mind. And every time I see one of their Instagram stories come up, I'm like, what is it going to look like this time? And no matter what position it was in, it looked bad. And that's when I kind of started looking and thinking, I think I initially researching for like best haircuts for like thinning hair. And it was literally like buzz cut, just buzz cut it off. After I first saw that, I thought, right, I've got to stick a bit of product in my hair and blow dry it before going to the gym at 6:30 in the morning. I was like, how crazy is this? And even then, that would last for like 5 minutes because obviously you're sweating and it's all out of place. So yeah, it made me really conscious of it. And I was thinking, I kind of need to do something with it because I didn't realize it was as bad as it was. And like you were saying, when you're styling it, and my hair was, obviously you can't see now, but it was really thick at the front, thick at the side. And it was kind of this back bit. So where I was styling it and kind of pushing it up and over, when you're looking, you're going, that looks all right. I wasn't purposefully looking at the top of my head. Seeing these videos this last couple of weeks, I've done what a few of people have said on your videos, got the selfie camera on the phone and I'm holding it up. And I think I've sent you a couple of them. And I just went, oh my God, I didn't realize it was that bad. It was really sort of wispy in places. And that was kind of the line then. I thought, in my mind, that was kind of, if it got that bad, I would have shaved it. And I didn't realize it had gotten that bad. So I'm like, right, I'm definitely doing it now. So about 15 minutes away from going into the barber's, going get my hair cut. So I don't know how well you can see on the camera, you can see it's so like thin on top. I was thinking, I'm just going to shave it off because I don't think there's any sort of style that's going to look good. And I'm just going to be conscious all the time of how kind of thin it is.
on top. Watched some videos like yesterday, and I was like, this is just kind of what I've got to do, shave it off and own it to some degree. I was conscious that if ever I've taken like a jumper off, I'm always sort of like doing that and always trying to push my hair back over. It's time to do it. I probably won't film getting a haircut, but I'll do a little video afterwards to show you what it looks like.
What do? Do I go in there and just get them to take it off? Do I hold off and get my usual haircut and do it next time? All of those thoughts were going through my head. And then I thought, well, I wouldn't feel comfortable having my usual haircut knowing how it looks. It's kind of, I know now, so I can't go back on it. So I was kind of toing and froing, and I had the haircut 9 o'clock in the morning, and I just walked in there and I was like, the guy was like, oh, do you want the usual? I said, yeah, skin fade on the side, back and sides, but just buzz it off on the top. And he was like, really? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, comfortable with it, absolutely. And he said, no, really good. He said, from his experience, the earlier the better. You know, you've got to accept it, but the earlier you just go, yeah, just do it. And so he was talking about like a 4 or 5, and I was like, no, let's go to a 3 and just see what it looks like. And he buzzed it at a 3, and I think I did what everyone's done. I've seen the videos on your channel is just laugh. You just smile and just go, that's not actually that bad. I don't know why I worried about it. And I sat there and thought, before he'd finished, I was comfortable to go shorter. I was thinking, I'm happy I'd go down to a 2 or a 1. And he said, oh, do you want me to take it back down? I was like, no, we'll keep the gradual approach. I was going out into London with friends. And then in my mind, I was thinking, back at work Monday morning, I'm back-to-back Teams calls with people online. They'll get used to it. It's that gradual thing. And then when you take it down to the 1, it's not from loads of hair to nothing at all. All done and dusted. So that was a number 3 on top, and they just kind of faded aside. So it didn't look so bad. And you can really see like on the scalp, like where it's really thin and stuff like that. So that's really noticeable. What I'll probably do is like the next time get it cut, or if I do it myself, I might go down to like a 2, 2.5. This was a 3, so it looks all right now. And I think probably in like a couple of days or maybe even a week, so my hair grows back. What hair I've got grows back pretty quick. So you can kind of see there. So I probably will go down shorter, but this is kind of like one step transition to get in there before I go for a complete like number 1 or a number 2. The thing I was really conscious of initially was like how much of my scalp I could see. So like I said, I had this like thick tuft of hair that whenever I was styling it would kind of hide the thinning hair behind it. So when it was number 3, I could see more of it, and I was thinking it looks okay, but I want it to go all the way down, completely buzz it off. So yeah, I was comfortable with it. And then I think I mentioned on my email that night I was going out to see old colleagues. I hadn't seen them for 18 months. And you think that you're going to stand out in a crowd going out into London. Everyone's going to go, he's got his head shaved, but no one cares. And the funny thing is, all of my colleagues, because they hadn't seen me for 18 months, not one of them said anything, because they just assumed, oh, this is his look now.
Yeah.
He's had this for a while. And it wasn't until later on in the night, and I said, actually, I've only had this done today, and talking through like your channel and stuff like that. They were like, oh yeah, we wouldn't have noticed. We wouldn't have gone, oh, it looks really bad or anything like that. So that was cool. And then as soon as I kind of got over that period on the Friday, I think I ordered the clippers like Saturday, and I was like, right, I'm ready. Whenever they turn up, I'm gonna buzz it. And it just so happened they turned up today, and obviously we're chatting now. I look back, I was thinking earlier, would I have done this sooner? Should I have done it sooner? It's probably all happened for the right reason at the right time. And yeah, really comfortable with it, really happy that I've done it. And just I've been to like the gym like 3 times this week, and it just feels so much more comfortable. Not worried about, right, I've got to style my hair before I go out. Do I want to wear a jumper and worry about having to take it off? If I'm sort of like getting in any positions, like doing planks or squats or whatever, am I worried about someone seeing the back of my head or the top of my head and stuff? So it, like I said, I don't think I realised how much I subconsciously thought about it until I've just buzzed it off and gone, oh, it's not a problem anymore.